Hey there, ladies and gentlemen. You all can call me Pharaoh, and I am joined with...
Skinny Meanie!
And welcome back to Let's Play Phoenix Wright Ace Attorney Spirit of Justice.
Woo!
Last time we left off, we began the trial for Episode 2, and we've met Prosecutor Nahuta said Maddie. He, not liking him so much.
I don't like him.
No. Yeah. And then Emma gave her testimony regarding the motive, and now what we gotta do is, cross-examine it. So,
Break it down.
let's, get started with this. So.
Oh!
That is kinda cool. So, was there anything that really stood out? I don't know if there's anything we can exactly present on just yet.
Oh, no. I wanna... is there anything you wanted to press on?
I think it's gonna, press toward the later statements. I'm still going through it.
I wanted to see more information, he then intended to find their magic tricks.
Wait, so you want to press on a third statement?
I think so, or was it...
Yeah, we can, I was kind of leaning towards, the fourth or fifth one.
Oh, this one, the notebook.
So the fourth one?
Yeah.
So, that was the victim's plan for revenge?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, let's press on that. Do you really believe what you're saying, Detective Sky? Do you really think Miss Wright killed Mr. Ryus to stop him from getting his revenge?
Of course I don't think that. The Trucy we know would never...
Keep your private considerations separate from your public duty.
Shut up.
I warned you about this very thing before the trial began, did I not, Detective Sky?
Yes, you did.
Please recite my exact words to you.
Emma Sky, you are detective first, not the accused friends. Remember your duty and fulfill it faithfully.
Excellent. So you do remember what I said to you. Your devotion to your work will be rewarded, for the Holy Mother sees all.
This Holy Mother is no scientific concept I've ever heard. They really don't get along, do they?
Well, science and religion go together about as well as oil and water.
As I was saying... Oh, Emma, don't...
She has puppy dog eyes there!
Okay, so what do you want to do? Press on the last statement?
Yeah, let's go to the last one.
Okay, hold it!
I'm sorry, but what exactly is the basis for claiming it was murder?
Beats me.
What? The basis is beats me?
You'll have to ask Prosecutor Sadamati over there because he hasn't told me his reasoning either.
Detective Sky, your feeding of information to the defense has not gone unnoticed by my eyes. The bad karma of acts which go against your duty will impinge upon you in your next life. But even before that, I may impinge upon your job in the form of a transfer.
Ah! But please, don't get me kicked out of forensics unit. Anything but that.
Oh, poor Emma. She's really been risking everything for us. Well, Prosecutor said, Maddie, what are your grounds for claiming a homicide? It was a luminous tape in the understage passage. I realized that it had been moved. Moved so that Mr. Ryus would climb up into the downstage coffin by mistake. What?! Mr. Ryus, who was waiting in the understage passage, was supposed to have used the upstage ladder shown here on the left. He was to climb up into the coffin that had been set up in the backstage area. After being turned into a stuffed dragon during Act 1, Mr. Ryus was supposed to come back to life and emerge from that coffin. But the luminous tape had been moved to mark the downstage ladder. So the victim climbed up into the coffin on stage itself by mistake. The very same coffin the accused thrust her sword into. And you have proof that it was my client who moved the tape? But of course, Detective Sky.
Oh, that's right. I identified the defendant's fingerprints on the luminous tape.
You what? He actually had proof? Well, defense, are you finally ready to let it all go and move on?
No!
Absolutely not!
No, detective, please add information about the prints taped to your testimony. Sorry.
No, it's okay.
I got so wrapped up in, I felt like I was watching your LP for a second.
So, you can read that.
Oh, the defendant's prints were on the tape. I guess she must have moved it during the show.
Let me go over the evidence really quick.
Yeah, that's what I'm doing too.
I mean, we could also present on it. Defendant's prints were on the tape. I guess she moved it during the show.
The only thing she moved was the lips.
I mean, that's what is said. I mean, what we think. Oh, well. Okay, hold on. I'm gonna read Chusi's statement here. Bonnie messed up Mr. Hat's position for the escape trick, placing him opposite the scripted location on the right side. As a result, Chusi had to quickly move the lifts under the stage. She never told anyone that she had moved the stage lifts. So...
Oh!
I mean, I don't know. I feel like I could still be wrong by presenting it in this statement. I don't know.
Well, so... Oh. I mean, that actually does sound... It makes sense. I mean, we could present it there if you want to do that.
Let's try it out. Let's present Chusi's statement on this last statement.
Present!
That was not right.
Nope.
The witness' statement contradicts this piece of evidence, Your Honor. And just what part of the testimony is inconsistent with this evidence?
Oh, I didn't get that.
Yeah, that's why I kind of went along with it. Huh.
That's so weird.
That's funny. I thought I saw an inconsistency a second ago. It disappeared. Like magic. Poof. The murder occurred during the magic show, so crazy things like this are bound to happen. I think I know what the judge is going to say. Your penalty is going to disappear. Oh, what? Oh, really? Well, let's see how magical you think this penalty is. This seems pretty normal to me, Your Honor.
Aww.
Okay, I'm gonna go ahead and just press in the last statement then.
Okay.
Hold it! What made you think to check the luminous tape for prints?
Well, I bet it was detective intuition. I dusted not just the tape, but just about everywhere for fingerprints.
Oh?
I dusted pretty much every single surface in the theater. I mean, it was so nice to be able to dust for prints without anybody getting mad at me.
That's great that you're enthusiastic, Emma, but there is such a thing as too enthusiastic.
Tape was moved. The guide Mr. Ryu's into the coffin. If that's true, it does sound like a murder rather than an act.
Well, it certainly doesn't help that Chusi's prints are on the tape.
Ugh.
I wish I knew what sound would even be appropriate to make in this situation.
So, I don't know if we don't... Ugh. Okay, so we found new information from that last statement.
Right.
But I don't know if we need to press on any. I mean,
See, I don't know. Yeah, I'm thinking we have to present something, but I don't know what. Stage lift number 2. The stage lift Chusi had to move out of the way during the show since it was already all the way up. The sword stand, the footage, the autopsy reports. Alright.
Script. Oh, wait a minute. The fingerprints result. Maybe. Trissy wore gloves during the show. None of her fingerprints were found. Understood. No, that's not it.
Wait. No, I think you might be right. She wore her gloves the entire time. How could she have prints on the tape?
Oh yeah. So would this be it?
I guess.
Hold on. I'm gonna save. Before I do this.
All right. So we might. I don't want to say cheat a little bit, but I'm gonna let Skinny be the little guinea pig here because I feel I don't want to keep. What? You saved.
Okay,
I didn't.
Oh. Okay. I'm gonna do it. Oh shoot. I went back.
Oh, okay.
Fingerprints results. Okay. Oh, that was it.
Okay. Good job.
Yeah, I did it.
See, we just gotta be really sure, ladies and gentlemen. Wait, where's the data? Oh, here it is. Objection! Objection! I'm sorry, Detective Sky, but there's a flaw in your testimony.
Oh, really?
The prosecution is claiming that Miss Wright moved the understage tape during the show in order to guide the victim into the coffin downstage. But it doesn't make sense that she would leave prints on the tape at that time.
It doesn't?
Please consider the fingerprinting results of the main coffin, which shows that not one of my client's fingerprints was found on or in it.
That's true. We didn't find any of her prints on that coffin. I just have to say, I love this animation over.
I just love having Emma animated.
Yeah.
I think you realize what the flaw in your testimony is. Claiming Miss Wright left prints on the tape during the show is inconsistent with the facts. Because she was wearing gloves during the show.
Oh!
She must have left the prints sometime before the show started. In other words, her prints do not prove she moved the tape to mislead the victim. The prosecution's investigation is insufficient.
Oh my! But on a personal level, I'm very happy. Well, Prosecutor Satamati, is the defense arguments true? You have no evidence the defendant moved the tape to deceive the victim.
I see. Apparently the defense is more intelligent than I had thought. More than a stink bug, at any rate. Come on, you can bump me up to at least a stag beetle now, can't you?
Would that really be any better?
Of course! Way better! Stag beetles are cool. With those huge mandibles of theirs?
I think he's thought about this before, which kind of worries me.
If the defense wishes to be promoted to a stag beetle, then answer me this question. Alright, shoot.
Bang!
Even with no evidence that the accused moved the tape to misguide the victim, the victim still climbed the ladder using the tape as a guide. And entered the coffin on the stage. The accused then thrust her sword into said coffin with the victim in it.
So what you're saying is the fact remains that the victim was stabbed to death, right?
Precisely. However, this does drastically change one aspect of this case. If the accused did not lead the victim into the coffin on purpose, then it means the victim's death could have been accidental. If it was indeed on accident, the defense can argue that it was involuntary manslaughter.
Oh, I just realized this is a remix of Apollo.
Holy crap, you're right.
I like it. Okay, sorry. I see. It was involuntary manslaughter. Leading extenuating circumstances, and the severity of the crime could be mitigated.
Defense, if you believe the accused did not murder the victim, then do you argue that it was an accident? is it. The all-important question. The defense argues that Mr. Ryu's death was... No, we're not going to say it was an accident because we know Chusei had nothing at all to do with it.
Yeah.
I'm going to go ahead and say it was still murder. Just she was being covered up. The defense maintains the defendant is entirely innocent. We believe that it wasn't an accident, but murder. And, what's more, we believe it was committed by a third party.
A third party? As in the true culprit is someone else? I mean, this is quick.
Right. This is quite a brazen claim to make, and one wholly without grounds.
Holy.
What was that?
Holy.
Holy? Oh my god, I said Wally, didn't I?
Yes, you did. Wow.
Wally. Your voice is as loud as your suit, and your mind echoes just as loudly in emptiness.
Wait a minute, coming from the guy with a floating scarf,
Right?
a big old white braid, and some bees hanging down, trying to look like Prince. I mean, you holding a pink butterfly. You better go somewhere, man.
That was great, Skinny, I'm not gonna lie. That was amazing. Surely... Surely you were but a loud red pepper in your previous life. I've been demoted to a vegetable?
Wow, I didn't know a person could be reincarnated as a non-sentient plant.
In any case, I do have grounds to make this claim. Let us hear this reasoning of yours, then. Alright, but before I give it, there's one question that we need to address. If the victim was killed by some third party, then the sword the defendant thrust into the coffin wasn't the cause of death. If that's the case, then how did we wind up with a dead body inside the coffin?
A very good question. Now, let's hear your opinion, mister. I don't know why I'm laughing. How did the victim's body wind up inside the coffin?
So, we can eliminate number 2.
It was magic.
Magic! Now, we can say that he was killed in the coffin or he was killed under stage. Now, I'm leaning towards him being killed under stage.
That's what I was about to say.
Because it still seems odd if he was stabbed in the coffin, the whole thing was shifting the body and having being such a clean cut to the back. I don't think it makes any sense. So,
Yeah.
But if he was killed beforehand and placed in the coffin, okay then. So, let's just say he was killed under stage.
Okay.
What if the victim was killed under the stage before being put into the coffin? In other words, what if the victim was already dead in the coffin from the get-go?
Oh, I see. In that case, the defendant's sword wouldn't have been the cause of death. How do you respond, Prosecutor Sanmari? No, don't fade the music, no.
That is the third time.
Third time? What?
What did you just throw at me? And what did he say? Because I totally missed it. Actually, hold on. He said... Oh, he said, "Hoo-ya!"
Oh, is that what that was?
Yeah, that's what he threw. Or like what he said when he threw it. Oh god, Apollo. He's like, oh. What the heck is this? Mashitashi, you said that before. What's going on?
What the heck?
Oh, my head! What do you think you're doing? Even the merciful Holy Mother loses patience if she is struck 3 times. Since you never learned, you needed to be punished. Why don't you let me worry about what I need and don't need? It is what you deserve for interfering with my sacred last rites for the victim. You are a brainless lawyer chasing phantoms. You know nothing. No, we chased phantoms in the last game. Not anymore.
And look where that got us, man!
Let this humble servant of the Holy Mother give you an edifying sermon?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Edifying, you're right.
Okay, edifying. A sermon? Now? There is a passage in the sacred scriptures of Khura'inism. A cornered frog will swallow even a snake. Huh?
A cornered lawyer has unexpectedly struck back hard against the prosecution. Did I get that right?
No, for I am not done with my sermon. And yet the frog still dies, its belly bitten and torn from within. Just great. And in this case, you are that frog defense. What exactly is your point anyway?
Huh.
Let us assume for a moment that the victim was killed under the stage. Who then had the opportunity to do so during the show? Well, let's see. The people in the show were Bonnie the Fam, the victim Mr. Ryu's, and Trucy Wright. Bonnie the Fam was on stage throughout the entire show, as easily confirmed by the footage from this show. Which leaves us with only one suspect, Trucy Wright. Ugh! Now do you see? The accused killing Mr. Ryu's as he waited on standby in the understage passage, and then placed his dead body in the coffin above, thus making the murder look like an accident. No! Oh, great and merciful Holy Mother. Thus, another putrid mind has been guided toward enlightenment. Ah, I can't believe I swallowed his trick question whole. Ah, jeez.
No! We had him on the rope.
Objection!
Oh, Athena.
Hey, girl. You smacked that table, girl.
Yeah.
Sorry, but I have to raise an objection here.
Athena? What are you...
There's something I want to point out, Apollo.
And who might you be? You strike me as a mere child in countenance.
I may be young, but I have an attorney's badge just the same.
And you would contribute to this discussion in that capacity?
I most certainly would. Oh, do we get a session?
Widget time!
You just argued that the defendant killed the victim under the stage. But let me remind you, But let me remind you that Miss Wright is a girl.
Clearly. Surely you didn't raise an objection simply to point out such an obvious fact. Your Honor, please send for this little child's guardian to come take her home. You do not speak of Athena's mother.
Yes, do not. We already dealt with that. We don't need to bring that up again.
No.
But I'm not done with my sermon.
You don't need to talk like Prosecutor Sid Maddie, you know.
Listen, if the victim was killed in an understage passage, then his body would have to have hauled up to the stage, right? However, Miss Wright is a young girl, and a pretty petite one at that. She couldn't possibly have hefted that large body up and put it in the coffin. That's true. It does seem like it would be a rather task for the Kinda already can figure what he's gonna say.
Mm-hmm.
I don't even think I could do it. What do you think of that, prosecutor? Who's the child now?
In my religion, the priestesses of Khura'inism are revered as the pillars of our beliefs. So I naturally hold nothing but deep respect for women. I also think highly of the female perspective.
Says the man who called this fair maiden a little child.
Who's a fair maiden? I agree that your point is worth discussing, defense. How indeed was the dead bodies raised up into the coffin? By the accused, Trucy Wright, that is.
you're committed to pointing the finger at her no matter what, huh? Then you explain how that even be possible.
But of course.
If you do your Naruto things...
There was a way for even a small creature like her to raise the victim's body up.
Huh? Wait! You really can explain it?
I foresaw that our arguments would come to this, so I have prepared a witness.
Well, I admire your readiness, prosecutor.
It is really not that difficult when one can read the ultimate outcome of any trial.
Couldn't have predicted that thing like this, would he?
It's pretty hard to believe.
Excuse me, but may I step down now? Yes, I suppose you may.
One moment, Detective Sky.
God damn. I'm sorry for, the way I handled all.
You did a fine job, Detective. Your testimony was invaluable.
It was?
Yes, you served well as a detective and did not allow your personal feelings to interfere. You overcame the conflicted emotions you felt and performed your duty admirably. You will be rewarded for your fine work.
Oh, thank you.
I hope we can work together again in the future. Emma seems bewildered by the unexpected praise.
Yeah, I feel like he's manipulated.
Yeah, I don't trust him one freaking bit.
I guess he's a pretty nice person like they say. As long as you're not up against him. Now then, let us call the next witness. In the next episode.
Oh crap, I already clicked A. Well, too late. We're gonna keep going until,
It did...
That's her. Well, we'll keep going until she's ready to state or do her testimony. Witness, please state your name and occupation.
Hello, ladies and gentlemen of the court. It's very nice to meet all of you. I am a lagomorphing illusion. Fairy tales, Bonnie de Fame. I can't wait to do some magic tricks for all of you.
Please, witness. There's a time and a place for all things, including magic.
But it would be okay if I do a little magic, right? Come on, please. Look, everybody is waiting. Now's my chance to shine.
That is your second time.
Second time doing...
There will be no further warnings. You should know that from our preparatory meeting. No, preparatory. Right? How come the word? Yeah, okay. That word, though. Is no one exempt from His Holiness's Rosary of Suffering?
May we have your testimony, witness, once you've recovered from your disappointment?
As a huge fan of Trucy, I don't really want to testify against her.
Oh, kiss my
But
butt.
I guess I have to, don't I?
As a huge fan of Trucy's, huh? Yeah, we remember Crazy Eyes? Ugh. I knew something was off of him from the very beginning. Sure, you're a real fan, alright. Of destroying Trucy, you mean?
You... Say.
Okay. But in the next episode, ladies and gentlemen, we will hear her testimony regarding the understage passage and see what the hell she's going to be lying about, because we can't trust her. So, as usual, thank you all for watching, and we'll see you guys next time for Let's Play Phoenix Wright Ace Attorney Spirit of Justice.
Woo! She going down.
Yeah,
Charlie Brown.
Town.
Town.
Hey, I can't rhyme today. Have a good day, everybody.